haven't played a 2D Mario platformer, or a 3D Mario game for that matter, in the longest time. That's not to say I'm not a fan of Mario titles though, considering I played every 2D Mario title game dating back to the NES, minus a couple of the new ones. In fact, outside of Super Mario Odyssey, which a lot of my community has been telling me to play, I played every 3D Mario title all the way back to Super Mario 64 on the Nintendo 64. Wow, am I that old now? Considering all of that, I'm jumping into the franchise again with an open mind and utter excitement to see how Nintendo has refreshed one of their most iconic series, and see if they can reignite the flame in my heart that I once had for playing and thoroughly enjoying this juggernaut of a video game series.
So many visitors today.
On the surface, the game looks like it'll just be like any other Super Mario Bros. Title with some changes, but as soon as you select New Game, you will immediately see how wrong those assumptions would be. After choosing from a selection of 12 different characters, all of which we'll talk about here soon, the game starts off with you and the other characters traveling into the Flower Kingdom to speak with Prince Florian, who's the ruler of the Flower Kingdom. One of the first things you'll notice is the beautiful environment that is strewn with colors and textures that to this extent, at least for me, have not been seen before in a 2D Mario game. Everything in this world just pops out at you, and it really gives the world a lot more life than previous titles. From the hills and the sky in the background to the bushes and trees along the paths you take, as well as the musical blocks you walk across, this game makes sure that you are left with a smile across your face with every step or jump you make. And this is just the introduction to the game. After your meeting with Prince Florian, you'll start to notice that something devious is afoot. And who else would be more devious than, you guessed it, Bowser. When he finally appears in front of Prince Florian and your group, he steals Prince Florian's Wonder Flower and merges with his castle? If you ever thought that Bowser was done becoming a new evil form, well then think again, cause Wonder gives him one of his most devious looking forms yet, not to mention the evil, albeit awesome, rock music. And in typical Bowser fashion, he dips out from your group after committing his crime, and ventures around the Flower Kingdom to plant his evil seeds throughout it, wreak havoc among the people that live there. And this is where your adventure truly begins. With Prince Florian as your guide, your group sets out to find Bowser and take back what belongs to Prince Florian and the Flower Kingdom. The first level introduces you to the fundamentals of Wonder and the new ways to traverse the environments of the game, with the biggest new addition to the series being the Wonder Flower. This magical flower causes the world around you to not only change, but have a mind of its own. This creates a scenario filled with wonder that makes you smile with excitement the entire way through, as if you were playing a Mario game for the first time. When you get to the end of the Wonder scenario, you will obtain a Wonder Seed, which takes the place of stars in previous titles. And in classic Mario Bros. Fashion, you complete each level by getting as high as you can on the finish. Now, I started my playthrough as Blue Yoshi because that's what my live stream chat picked for me to start out with. But I want to experience the fullness of the game with the new power-ups and new attributes that were added. The reason why I can't do this with one of the Yoshis, or one of the newest characters added, Nabbit, is that these characters have different abilities than the other 7 do. Nabbit is going to be the easiest to play as due to him being immune to all damage, and as such can only die from falling. Any of the 4 Yoshis share Nabbit's invincibility, however, they are also given their classic abilities to flutter kick in the air, eat objects and enemies, as well as carry other players on their backs, including other Yoshis. The Toads, Mario, Luigi, Peach, and the newly added playable characters, Toadette and Daisy, each are vulnerable to all types of damage, but share the ability to use all available power-ups to aid in your adventure, and as such, are able to traverse secret parts of the levels that aren't accessible when playing it as Yoshi or Nabbit. Heading into the second world continued to excite me with so many cool things. As Mario, I was finally able to use power-ups, and what power-up is more fitting than the classic Fire Flower? Chasing down helpless piranha plants with fireballs is just one of the many ways that you can defeat the enemies, both new and old, in Wonder. You can even enter into warp pipes to venture into the background of the levels and collect rewards that you wouldn't have been able to otherwise. Collecting the Wonder Flower here produced one of the happiest feeling Wonder events I've seen thus far in the game. A bunch of dancing and singing piranha plants with warp pipes moving all in sync to the beat of the music playing was an unexpectedly joyous event to experience in the game. And this is just one of many amazing Wonder events you'll experience while playing Super Mario Bros. Wonder. Moving on to the power-ups available in Wonder, you have the Fire Flower, which gives you the power to use fireballs, the Elephant power-up, which turns you into a, well, you could probably guess. And as the elephant, you will not only be able to stomp around and use your trunk to defeat enemies and break obstacles blocking your way, but you will also be able to spray water using your trunk to collect coins and also open new pathways. The Bubble Flower, which gives you the ability to create bubbles to defeat enemies, as well as being able to hop on top of them to reach higher into the air. And lastly, we have the Drill power-up, which allows you to burrow into the ground, or even in the ceiling, to bypass enemies, clear obstacles, or find a secret area that would be inaccessible without the drill. So there are plenty of new and unique ways of defeating enemies, as well as traversing the many levels within the Flower Kingdom. Now, the power-ups aren't the only special abilities you'll have available to you in Wonder. Mario Bros. Wonder has given us access to unique attributes that will help you complete each of the levels in the Flower Kingdom. These unique attributes are called badges, and the badges can give you an ability to use in a level such as a parachute cap, a vertical wall jump, or even help you by giving you a power-up to use as soon as you start a level. You'll be able to collect these as you travel around the Flower Kingdom completing levels, or even buy them at the shops located throughout the overworld. And while we're on the subject of the overworld, let me quickly bring up how awesome it is to be able to freely explore the overworld and the levels available to you. This just gives the game a more free feeling to it, one that doesn't make you go through a pre-programmed route that you can't deviate from. You can even open up a detailed map of the Flower Kingdom where you can fast travel to any location with the click of a button. This makes for quick and seamless travel throughout the Flower Kingdom and less time that you have to spend looking for the level that you want to play. Even without the power-ups or badges, there are plenty of secret things to do in each level. These can range from hitting a mystery block and revealing a propeller flower that will take you to a sky portion of the level, to being able to pull on strings that will give you coins or other useful items. You can even use different enemies to be able to clear obstacles in a level, such as a raging bull to get to a Wonder Flower trapped in a bunch of blocks. The variety of new enemies and creatures within Wonder is an amazing change from prior Mario Bros. Titles. They give the series a fresh feeling to it, which I think it has been in need of for quite some time now. Each has a purpose and also gives us new obstacles to figure out and ways of traversing those obstacles. And you might be wondering, can I still play with my friends in these games? And the answer to that is absolutely. Whether it be in local play, where you can play with up to 4 friends on one console, or in the newly added online mode, where you can have up to 12 people in your own party. Or, if you don't have a party to play with, then you can search one up online, or even just see random people throughout the world that are also in the same area as you. And while online, you could use emotes to communicate with random little happy faces or question marks or something, or even place a newly added addition called a standee, where you can leave messages that could include hints to completing a level, or even just saying hi to somebody. But standees aren't just for leaving notes or saying that, hey, I was here. They can also be used to revive you in the case that you do die. And a cool new addition to the already new online mode, I guess, is called Friend Race. Now, whenever you're within a party, you can initiate a friend race with up to 4 people. It's a fun thing to do with your party and your friends, and it's just good friendly competition. And you might be thinking that the level design would probably get a bit repetitive as the game progresses, but you'll be pleased to know that every single level has something different to define the area that you're currently in, and different ways to get through the obstacles there. Like this puzzle level, where only certain characters can see invisible blocks located throughout it. This makes us that having the right character or the right friends to play those characters will allow you to easily complete certain objectives. But rest assured, you'll be experiencing something new and exciting at every point in this wonderful game. There's so much fun and smiling to be had in this new and refreshed version of Super Mario Bros., and the introduction of the Flower Kingdom to the franchise will hopefully present a doorway to a future new 3D Mario title based in the Flower Kingdom. I would love to see that personally. Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed this review of Super Mario Bros. Wonder, and if you did, please smash that like button, leave your comments down below, and be sure to subscribe before you leave so that you don't miss any more of my content coming here soon. Oh, and can't forget about my live streams. I live stream at least twice a week, so catch me sometime and join my Discord. It's pinned in the description down below as well. And other than that, everyone, I hope you all have a wonderful week, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace out.